Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start recording. I just finished, and so people will probably start popping on now as we're talking about the compensation plan of doTERRA. So when I first started, I really didn't understand the plan, and I didn't really care to understand the plan because I was really into just helping people anyway. So I figured that it was all going to work out, so I wasn't really worried about it. But it is good to understand how you actually get paid in doTERRA. So I can show you how that is. And what I'm going to do is actually take you over to a website that you can check it out on your own, just in case you feel like you want to know more, or you want to watch one of these videos again, or you want to teach people on your team what to do and how to do it. So that, and I like to use the videos because it's a good way to duplicate. You don't have to be me, and you can have all of the information there at your fingertips, and people know where that they can go look for it. And so that's why I like to use those. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. And we were just getting done with the last class that we did was the pregnancy and the babies. But I'm actually going to go back. You guys, I'm going to go back to the doTERRA website. I'm going to go to our advocates. I'm going to go down, instead of Empowered Life, where I just was teaching the other classes that I was teaching and using the videos there in order to make sure that I had really good information for the people attending the classes. I'm actually going to go down to Empowered Success. And Empowered Success is doTERRA's training on how to help us understand the aspects of the business, on how to get started. And they're going to be training by rank pretty soon. So whatever rank you are, if you're executive and you're trying to become elite, they're going to help you get the tools and the mindset and the skills that you need in order to become that next rank. And so, hi Sharon, thanks for joining, and Carrie. So what we're going to do now is, what I did, Karen, is I just went to doterra.com. I went to our advocates. I went down to Empowered Success, and that's where doTERRA's training is for us, so that we can learn how to be wellness advocates. doTERRA has the best training ever. They seriously, other companies are looking at doTERRA and how well that they train their people, and they're trying to duplicate, there you go, what doTERRA has done. So Empowered Success is where I went. And that took me to this page. And as you can see on this page, it has the live, the share, the build, the launch. It has Healthy Can Be Simple guide, the natural solutions class, the essential emotions class. It also has the webinar training and the team training and tools. It has everything here. So what I'm going to do is actually go into the build guide, because that's where the compensation plan is. And so, 1 second. Here we go. Okay, so let me go back to sharing my screen. Oops, right there. Okay, so back to where we were on the doTERRA website, because it's an amazing website, and they really are doing such a great job with this. I'm really excited about doTERRA's support that they have for us. Okay, so I'm going to go to the build guide, and in that build guide is actually the actual guide, and then right here. So these are the videos that go with the build guide. And if you haven't opened up your build guide, there is how much that we get paid in doTERRA at the certain ranks and things of that sort. But I want to first start with Justin Harrison, and he's super big in our company, and he's amazing. And he has some great information to share with us.
Hey everyone, this is Justin Harrison. So you've come to the point in your doTERRA journey. You've been through the Live Guide, probably been through the Share Guide as well. Now we're going to talk about building. The Build Guide is about financial freedom. And as you open this and start to read that first story that's in there, there was a man who hauled buckets of water for a living, and every day he hauled water from the nearest source to his village, and this was several miles. If he wanted to make more money, he would simply work longer hauling buckets. After many years, he grew weary of hauling buckets, as you'd imagine, and the inspiration came: if he used his spare time to build a pipeline, eventually he could be free from hauling all those buckets, right? So he labored diligently for a few years to build this pipeline. The day he turned on the spigot and the water flowed, everything changed. He successfully created an unlimited supply of water, improved lifestyle for the villagers and himself. And this resulted in an abundant financial pipeline for him. So here's the analogy. In life, are we hauling buckets? So hauling buckets would be like trading hours for dollars, having a limit on our advancement or promotions or income, a limited time freedom, or really building another person's dream? Or are we building a pipeline? This is true, lasting residual income. Where are you, right? Are we hauling buckets, or are we building a pipeline? And so the whole purpose of this guide, the build guide, is to walk you through why you should partner with doTERRA in building a pipeline. So let's talk about some of the reasons why doTERRA. First and foremost, the oil. You have to have a product that works and creates results. And so that's obviously our most important answer to that question of why doTERRA, why now, right? The oils work. We are the largest essential oil company in the world, one of the largest direct sales companies in the world, debt-free. Okay, that's huge. Zero debt. I wish our government could say that, right? And finally, our mission, our purpose, our vision. We could spend a lot of time here, and there's a lot of great videos out there that talk about our co-impact sourcing model, the Healing Hands Foundation, which is our nonprofit charitable arm. I would say if someone were to ask me what's the number one differentiating factor between doTERRA as a business and any other business that's out there, my answer in one word would be culture. It's who we are on a day-to-day basis that determines our culture, what we're doing, and wellness throughout the world. And so we have been teaching these simple steps to build. And as you see on this page, use, share, teach. Use, share, teach. That really is at the end of the day what we do. And I might add a really important final step that you don't see here on the paper, and that's repeat. We have to be our own product of the product, right? We have to be our best customer. You see here below the acronym PIPES: prepare, invite, present, enroll, and support. This is really the step-by-step process of what we do to build a successful doTERRA business. So prepare, the P. Prepare yourself for success by experiencing the benefits of doTERRA's products and proven training system. The I stands for invite. This is inviting others to learn about doTERRA's product. The P stands for present, and that's presenting doTERRA's message of wellness and financial prosperity. That's the P. The E stands for enroll. This is empowering others with our solutions and inviting them to change their life by setting up their own wholesale membership and becoming either a customer or a wellness advocate with doTERRA. And finally, the S stands for support, supporting your customers and builders and helping them to achieve success. Now on this next page, let's get into numbers. So I love that this spread is entitled Discover the Possibilities, because this really is all about potential. Now, as you look through this, you're going to see different rank titles and different requirements to achieve those rank titles. And these numbers, by the way, are monthly, and that might be a little bit of a shock to some of us, because most of us are comfortable and used to talking about, what's my annual income, what's my salary, how much do I make a year? And in our business, in our profession, we actually focus more on monthly goals, monthly production, and monthly earnings. And so as you see these numbers, these are monthly income levels. And as you're increasing up through gold, and platinum, and then diamond and above, you can see that these become very, very exciting. Now, the first check you're likely to see from doTERRA is called a Fast Start check, and you'll see this on the lower right. The Fast Start is paid each week on any new enrollments, any orders that have come in from people that you've enrolled in the last 60-day window. So for their first 60 days as a new member, anything they purchase, you're going to be paid Fast Start on. So you can see here where it shows a level 1, level 2, level 3, at 20%, at 10%, at 5%. How that works is anyone you've personally enrolled, anything they buy in that 60-day window, you're going to earn 20%, right? The very next week. That comes the very next week. If they go out and enroll other people, you're going to earn the 10% because they're getting the 20% now. Right? So what I love about this is it really incentivizes us and motivates us to support them in their enrollment activities, okay, for the Fast Start bonus. Now, this is the upfront money that comes to you very quick in the beginning. Another form of more insta cash or upfront money is the Power of 3 team bonus, and that's what you see here next. moving from the bottom of the page up. And this is paid monthly, okay? It's not weekly like the Fast Start. And this is a structure bonus. So you see the picture here showing yourself and then your front level and your second level and your third level. So you build the power of 3, and it will actually set you up to advance in rank in our commission structure. It sets you up perfectly for silver. If you look back over at the chart where the S is, the silver S, and it says silver, you need 3 elites. An elite is a 3,000 PV leg. So building the power of 3 bonus sets those 3 legs up perfectly. Now we move up to the unilevel bonus. This is in the beginning, nothing. Sorry. In the beginning of your business, the unilevel will really equate to very little money because you're just getting started. It's all going to be coming to you in the Fast Starts and in the power of 3. But as your team matures and starts to grow in depth in particular, width and depth, then these unilevel percentages, you see where it's 2% on your front level, and then 3 and 5 and 5 and 6 and 6 and 7. Down on that 7th level, you've got 7%, which is awesome for you and I, because that's where the bulk of your earnings will come from. And so as your team grows and evolves, this will become the vast majority of your monthly income. This is your residual income. And then the final way we're compensated, you see there on the top of the page, this is the leadership bonuses. So the company shares with us. This is what's great. If you're just getting started, you haven't been here 9 years like many of us, you can still be compensated on the global success of doTERRA, no matter where it is in the world, through these leadership bonuses. So once you're silver and above, you get to go swimming with us. You get to jump in the pool. So there are different pools, we call them, and you can visualize like, a swimming pool full of money if you want to. And you get to swim in that pool just for being at that rank. These become very lucrative bonuses as well, particularly as you grow and advance to higher and higher ranks. And so I'm inviting you to partner with doTERRA as a business. And this has a different meaning for each of us. If paying for your own product every month is your goal, then you want to focus on looking at the elite or premier ranks as your goal. This is generally a 3 to 5 hour a week commitment. If you want to just supplement your income, then you're going to want to look at premier, silver, even gold. This is more of a 10 to 15 hour a week commitment to bring in a very nice supplemental income. And if replacing your income, then you want to aim for gold and above. And this is most often a 15 to 30 hour a week commitment. And it isn't really about the time that's so important. It's what you do with that time, right? You need to be focused on what we call rainmaker activities, things that actually build your business. And so quality time is super important. Consistency is key. This is a relationship business, guys, a culture of bringing hope, healing hearts, raising leaders, and living dreams. Now you go, build your pipeline, and enjoy the journey.
Okay, so this is a really awesome story. This is a story called The Band Down by the River. It's a true story by one of the presidential diamonds on our team. And it's really awesome, James Bybee.
If you are a fan or ever were a fan or know of Chris Farley, you probably heard his skit about being a motivational speaker, living down by the van down by the river. I don't have quite the girth that he does, but it's just something that, rings true to my life, the life of my family for a period of time. So we discovered essential oils when we were living in a van down by the river. And we lived in, well, it wasn't quite a van, but it was close. So we got, a little trailer that's like basically 3 pieces that kind of go like this. Okay, so basically you got these roads that do like a figure 8 through the park. It was an old RV park, all right? And this was it was in a thicket. All trees, everything. This guy bought a big piece of land. There's a little stream, a little river that goes back here. So it's a van down by the river. And that's what it felt like. It was cramped, tiny little place that we lived in. But we made do. So somebody then sends me a little brown bottle of, hold on. I'm pulling that away. A little brown bottle of oil, essential oil from plants. We talked about that. If you haven't seen these, you soon will. Essential oil changes people's lives. somebody calls us, sends it to us. I don't really know what it is. Put it in my mouth, it knocks me on the floor. Then we get a follow-up from an individual who happens to be my sister-in-law, a woman named Natalie Goddard. She's an amazing person. She says, essential oils, they will change your life. They're amazing, they're awesome. And we were like, uh-huh. Now, we were a little bit open because we used herbs. She said, look, you really need to look at this. And we said, no. Try this again. Then we said, no. She tried this again, and we said, no. Thick skulls, man. And, she was also telling us, over time as we're talking that, hey, you know what's cool is that they do change lives. We can introduce some people. The product really works. But guess what? You can, if you want, you can change people's lives financially because there's the ability to create an income with it. And we thought, oh no, not one of those. And of course, fear takes over, which fear never does anything good. Product right there, works great, it's awesome. Opportunity, as we had been looking, we're living in a van down by the river. Meanwhile, essential oils are knocking on our door. Hello, hello, hello. And we're saying, no, it can't be that. We start having these experiences with being able to change and deal with the health of our children much easier than we ever were with herbs. So we got excited. Well, I did. My wife didn't. She couldn't get over the whole income part of it. But for me, I got excited because now I started to see that this could be an income piece. But I had to fail a little bit first to figure this out. I decide I'm going to go for it. So I, after 3 no's, say yes to my sister-in-law. Okay? And she, in the meantime, is having great success as well. So she's trying to help me have success. Says you need to have an event where you can educate people about essential oils. I'm going to send an expert out to you. I'm like, great. I had no idea who it was. Turns out it was this really world-renowned expert that travels the world on essential oils. A little hotel room. I go all over the place. And I put out flyers. I go into businesses. I talk to holistic people. Everyone I meet, I talk to them about it, invite them. Now, again, I didn't probably invite the people I really should have invited were the people that I had direct connections to and that I knew because what? Fear cropped in, right? But I went out and told everyone else. And I knew hundreds of people were going to show up. We went 7 o'clock. We get ready, 7 o'clock. No one's showing up yet. No one's ever on time. 7:15. People are getting home from work, eating dinner. They'll be here. 7:25. Nobody. That was the first experience that I had in trying to help people become educated about essential oils. I made it my passion after that, though. I decided not to quit. I knew I could fail, but still succeed. And people I knew who succeed fail a lot before they succeed. So I didn't quit. And eventually, my wife had her own stories about the essential oils, her own experiences that led her to start telling everybody about essential oils. And instead of doing a hotel room, and instead of bringing in an expert, at least not a Dr. Hill, okay? We opened up our home, our van down by the river. Remember, this is not a pretty place. This is the kind of place that when people drove up in their cars and looked into the entrance right here, they went, am I going to come out of there? I mean, this is a scary place. Not the best part of town and that sort of thing, but we invited people anyway. We had executives from big companies in Silicon Valley, their wives and people come, and they came. So we had 15 or 16 people come to that. Then my sister-in-law came out because we didn't kind of really totally know what we were doing and taught that class. And those people in that room, every one of them wanted those products in their life and in their house. What changed? My passion was just getting bigger. I was enlisting in a mission, and I really wanted and knew that they should have these essential oils in their lives and that it would empower them. And that's what I got excited about, and that's what we got excited about, and that's what they got excited about. The more people we helped get what they needed, what they wanted, the more we would be able to achieve and get to where we wanted. We had to help others first. And so the more we focus on how to help others, because we notice in our business, because this is a business for us now, that if we ever lose sight of that, things don't go as well. As soon as we get back on track with helping others solve their problems and provide solutions for them, things change. So now we don't live in that van down by the river anymore. We actually live on a mountain, from pretty much on the top in a house, and it overlooks the ocean now. As far as we can see, the ocean. And we live surrounded by redwood trees, wildlife, there's a deer walking around, and all sorts of amazing things that we get to experience now and travel around helping other people. And we're no longer broke. And and people we meet now are finding financial, physical, emotional, and spiritual healing and empowerment. I don't know what else I could do or what else any other person could choose as a career that could do and provide the same thing. Whatever it is that you do, make sure you're enlisted in a mission and a cause that will empower others and change their lives, because that's what we did. Thanks.
One of the things that I want to point out about that video is something very special, is that sometimes people on my team, they like to make financial decisions for other people, and they will just assume because somebody lives in a trailer park or somebody may not have a lot of money, that they can't afford essential oils. And you know what? Look at him, van down by the river. And if somebody wants them in their life, they will do what they need to do to make it happen. If someone wants to do this as a business, they will do what needs to happen. So that's the interesting thing about that, is he shows and James Bybee is a presidential, I think a double presidential diamond, if I'm not mistaken. And so he's, they've gone all the way to the top, starting at that. And so please don't assume somebody's financial position. Let them make their own choices. They're adults, and share with everybody, because it doesn't matter whether or not somebody can afford them or not. Everybody needs to know about essential oils, everyone. So we're going to go ahead and do this one right here, which is, she is a blue diamond, and she'll share her story with you. One reason why I'm actually going through these videos right here is because part of the compensation plan is understanding the culture and the vision of doTERRA, and understanding that our service to people is what provides a compensation for you. If you are serving people and serving people's needs, and your intention is good and your intention is in the right spot, then you are creating your pipeline from serving people. By helping other people get what they want, you in return get what you want. And so that's why I'm sharing these videos for you, because it's an important piece to it.
Hi, I'm Robin, and my husband is Leland. We are Blue Diamonds in doTERRA, and we have 5 beautiful children, and we are the Joneses. Obviously, we have not always been in doTERRA, working in doTERRA. My sister Sheree Burton, a common phrase that she uses, your mess is your message. And I definitely have a message to share in doTERRA, and it stems from the mess that happened in my family. An inner conviction came out of really wanting to search and find something that was going to help my family. A few short years later, I was introduced to doTERRA, but didn't fully grasp the emotional properties of it until actually about 2 years later, when I had attended a convention in 2010. As I was sitting there and I was looking at all the people around me, I noticed that they were no different than me. They had no more education than me. They were other stay-at-home moms and with no prior sales experience, just like myself. And I then had that piece click of, I have something to bring to this. I can share my message.
And she's telling me, and she's like, what if we did this as a business? Like, we just do it, like, for a year, we commit. And I remember thinking, all right, you can do anything for a year. It's a year. So it's like, okay, we'll do it. And our life got out of balance.
We were at a place where there were a lot of things going on, and there were a lot of reasons why I shouldn't have done it. A lot of really great excuses to not do it. And I knew that things couldn't be perfect before you just took that leap and moved forward. I didn't know how it was all going to play out. I didn't know how I was going to make this work. all that I knew was I have a powerful message with these oils, that I can show up to somebody and I can give them a gift that nobody else could give them, that I have a solution for them that they can't get anywhere else. And if I don't share it with them, who will? So I have to step up.
As doTERRA was taking off, as Robin was sharing the oils, as more and more people are having interest, having questions, as she is getting pulled in more and more directions, I realize that there is a need. And then I quit my job. And then I stepped in full time. So while my kids are at school, I'm dedicated to doTERRA. My kids get off the bus or we pick them up from school, I'm a dad.
I'm so glad I made that choice. I'm so glad that I decided that I wanted more than where I was at. And now I get to be with my family as much as I want to. My husband is home and we're a partnership, a full partnership. And I love that I have learned so much about myself. I have a lot more skills than I ever knew I had. I am grateful also that my husband also committed to do this with me.
I hope that through my experience, it can teach others or allow others to keep an open mind. That they can keep an open mind with maybe they don't have the vision to see where this could take them.
So the stars will never just align for you to do this. There will never be a perfect time. There was no perfect time. There never will be a perfect time. It continues to not be a perfect time. We are definitely not perfect. Our family isn't perfect. We are continuing to learn as we go. And because we stepped into what was uncomfortable and we put a lot of things on hold and we made those sacrifices, we're reaping those benefits and we're continuing to receive those benefits. We now have a surplus of time and we can use that time any way we want to. And a lot of that is volunteering at the school. It's to be able to be with our kids whenever. And I'm so grateful that doTERRA's lifestyle has been able to create that for us. So we feel truly blessed. And honestly, it would be unfair to keep this to ourselves, because what we have created, our dreams have come true. And that is a real possibility for you. This can happen. This can be your reality.
This is why we share doTERRA, to give you that possibility. And so enough with the excuses. Enough with all these beautiful distractions. You need to put them on hold and step into action.
Yeah, step into action.
And then if you haven't seen any of the, hi Pamela, this is the co-impact sourcing of Nepal. And this is also part of doTERRA's vision. The next video we'll do after that is actually the compensation plan. And I'll show you another video on here in just a minute that is really going to be beneficial for you as well. It's actually on YouTube, so we'll go in there in a minute and I'll show you before we close out. And you can actually look that up on your own. But if you haven't seen any of the co-impact sourcing videos, you really should watch them. They're awesome.
These women go out every single morning as they collect the wintergreen leaves, and they fill these baskets full, and they carry them all the way down the mountainside, oftentimes having to stop along the way to take a break. And yet they do this every single day to be able to provide for their family. But yet when you look at these mountain regions, they are so far removed from any city. What other opportunity do they have to truly be able to provide for their family? They don't. And now we come in with an opportunity that provides them with the means they need to create that income.
राम्रो लाग्छ 1-2 वर्ष आउँछ बच्चा बच्ची पढाउनु पर्यो यता कपडा पनि किन्नु पर्यो
यो 5 बजे हिँड्दाखेरि हामी कहिले 12 बजे पुग्छौँ कहिले 1 बजे त्यो पैसा त अब भुराले कापीले भन्दा कलम किन्नु भन्दा पढाउँदा अब
They get up in the morning before the kids are awake and are able to provide for their family, whether that be through school supplies, whether it be food for the family. They're able to work as much as they want because of our demand for wintergreen. Sky's the limit.
This new wintergreen essential oil is exciting for a lot of different reasons, one of which is a new species for doterra, Galtheria fragrantissima. The aroma is very different than what we are accustomed to with wintergreen essential oil, while at the same time we maintain all of the wonderful chemistry and benefits. One of the challenges with wintergreen essential oil is to make sure that the oil is not synthetic. And while doterra does a tremendous amount of testing that has become more and more sophisticated, we also have the advantage of working directly with the source. We're intimately involved from the very beginning all the way through the end process when we provide this beautiful essential oil.
Wintergreen is one of the lowest yield oils that there is, and that was a surprise to me actually. As we fill those stills up, you stomp and you mash that thing as tight as you can get it, and then we finally build the mound 4 feet higher than the top of the still and put the lid on and they pack it in there. And then it goes for 14 hours. It's an amazing process and a heck of a lot of work to get such a small amount of oil.
It's been about a year we started working in these villages. Most of their livelihood depends on cultivating these smaller terraces. But we found out a local resource called wintergreen, and we are so happy that doterra has come to partner with us in purchasing what they can produce. And that gives them extra resources to sustain their family in these villages.
In our desire to find the highest quality essential oils in the world, we turned to Nepal for their wintergreen source. We worked with 2 specific districts, the Dholaka district as well as the Longjun district. And you can imagine how our hearts broke as we learned the news of the earthquakes, knowing that these 2 areas were the heart of the earthquake and received the most damage.
You know, we were already working in Nepal. We've been working on this co-impact sourcing relationship for the wintergreen for some time. We already had significant contacts on the ground, specifically with Vishnu, so valuable, and just his ability to get things done in Nepal that frankly others, even the government, sometimes struggle with. And then of course when the earthquake happened, we immediately decided we were going to send $100,000 out there for the immediate needs, which were tents and blankets and food as they were just going into their monsoon season. But then we got this thought almost as fast. Our wellness advocates are really generous in their thinking. Why don't we put it out to them and we'll put out an offer to match, you know, any donations that come that way. And so that's what we did. And in the end, I think we came up with somewhere around $700,000 that we were able to help provide this relief for Nepal.
You imagine what it meant to these people who lost their homes, whose lives were completely devastated, to receive temporary shelter, to receive food, to receive those things to be able to help sustain them through this most difficult time. To actually be there and physically see that devastation, to see homes destroyed, to see family and children living under tents just trying to stay dry. It really changed my perspective. And as we were able to meet some of the people that we provided the temporary housing for, Hawa is one that just amazed me. I think of myself in that situation and how I would have responded. I think I would have been devastated. Yet she was so resilient. She was so happy and so grateful. She just kept giving us thanks for the home that she had, even though it was a small home. She was so grateful.
Then to see the little shack, very small, with the goats where she had been sleeping, and as a way to stay out of the rains and so forth. Those are things you just don't forget. I think she was very representative of many of the people that we met in Nepal.
They're such a gracious people, and they truly are resilient. They truly are strong, and they will carry on, but they need help. And I'm so grateful that we are in a position to be able to provide some small means of help.
भएको पनि लग्यो नदेख्ने भगवानले। अहिले भगवान चाहिँ मेरै आँखा वरिपरि हजुरहरू चाहिँ मेरो भगवान रहेछ, उहाँहरू भगवान उहाँ रहेछ भन्ने अनुभव चाहिँ भयो।
So like I said before, the reason why I was showing those videos is because the vision of doTERRA is super important when you're thinking about the compensation plan, because we are, like I said before, the money comes from your love of people and you helping people. That's where it comes from. So we'll go ahead and show this video about how you get paid in doTERRA.
The purpose of this video is to help you understand how you make money with doTERRA. There are some common acronyms you will hear that need to be explained. PV stands for product volume. All commissions are paid based on a point system called PV. PV has a different value for each product, but it's close to $1 per point. WA stands for Wellness Advocate. This is doTERRA's name for distributors. LRP stands for Loyalty Rewards Program. LRP is the monthly auto ship of product. WAs who opt into LRP have access to all the bonuses. There are 4 basic ways to make money with doTERRA: retail bonus, fast start bonus, power of 3 bonus, and unilevel bonus. You earn money when you sell a product at retail price. Once a month, the company will send you a check for 25% the volume you sold at retail. In summary, you'll earn 25% of everything you sell at retail price. doTERRA's compensation plan helps you make money right from the start with the Fast Start bonus. For each new WA wholesale account you enroll, doTERRA will pay you 20% on anything they purchase within the first 60 days. For example, you tell your friend Sally about doTERRA, and let's say she purchases a diamond kit for 2,000 PV. You will receive a check in the mail for $400 the following week. If Sally makes any additional purchases in her first 60 days, you will receive another check for 20% of her purchase. Fast Start bonus checks are paid to 3 generations of enrollers. You would earn 20% for being Sally's enroller, 10% on anyone Sally enrolls, and 5% on anyone their enrollee then enrolls. In review, for the first 60 days, anyone you enroll, you earn 20%. Anyone they enroll, you earn 10%. And you'll earn 5% on your third level. The third way you make money is through the Power of 3 bonus. It works like this. If you enroll 3 accounts that maintain a minimum of 100 PV on your front line, and the combined total of your sales and your frontline sales equals 600 PV, doTERRA will send you a bonus check for $50 in addition to all the other earnings you receive. Now, if you help those 3 people on your front line do exactly the same thing, then the company will send you a $250 bonus check. Now, if you help their teams do exactly the same thing, then the company will send you a $1,500 bonus check. Here is another graphic to simplify. You earn $50 for your first level, $250 for your second level, and $1,500 for your third level. doTERRA's main commission plan is called Unilevel Organizational Bonus, and perhaps the most generous and unique plan available. You earn an increasing rate of commission on each level down through 7 levels. On the first level, you earn 2% on all accounts that are over 60 days old. You earn more money on each level until it maxes out at 7% on the 7th level. Most other plans start you out on a higher percentage rate at the beginning, and as levels deepen, you earn less percentage, meaning overall, less money for you. So with doTERRA's compensation plan, you actually make the most on the most and the least on the least. So if we compared another company's plan with doTERRA's plan, having the same amount of volume, the same team size, the same levels, when you reach the 7th level, you would earn $20,000 more with doTERRA's plan. doTERRA's built-in dynamic compression, which simply means that you're paid on a true 7 levels of sales. If someone doesn't purchase within your organization, then the levels below them roll up so that it actually is 7 levels. So to summarize, unilevel commissions are paid down 7 levels, increasing your percentage earned the deeper you go. And dynamic compression skips inactive levels for the best commissions. doTERRA boasts a 65% retention rate, and that's 6 times the national average, which means once you build your business, it makes it much easier to maintain a steady residual income by helping people with products that they want and products that bless their lives.
Okay, so yeah, so that's the compensation plan basically in a nutshell. And they did talk about how the other companies, so doTERRA's plan is actually flipped. And so that's why people in doTERRA are doing very well. So this lady who was a stay-at-home mom didn't have very much skill in selling or anything. And that's why they're able to make the income that they do. So let me see, this is a in-depth compensation plan. I want to see if I want to do this one. I want to do one that's on YouTube. Let me go over to YouTube really quickly and see if I can get my account. Because there's or I'll just, I'll look it up on YouTube. YouTube Compin, because I know one that's really good. Oh, I don't have very much time to show that one, but if you go, I'll show you what it looks like though. So you can look it up.
doTERRA placements. Right here.
This is it. This is a really good one. If you have time to watch it, you should watch this one. And we'll watch a little bit of it, and then
as you can probably guess, the 1,500 bonus is actually the same.
There you go. This one's a really good one.
Simplified. Before we get started, let me introduce myself real quick in case I don't know you.
You can watch this at a later time if you want to know who she is, but I want to get to the nuts and bolts. Hold on.
Stuff up there. Actually pretty straightforward, and now let's go ahead and get started. So this is doTERRA's compensation plan simplified. I'm simplifying it because it can be a little overwhelming when you're trying to understand it. So it's actually pretty straightforward, and now I completely understand the compensation plan, but I can remember it being very confusing during my early days in doTERRA. But the only thing, the thing that was really clear to me was fast start bonus and power of 3. So power of 3 was the only thing with an exact number, an exact amount that I could earn. doTERRA actually has several different ways that they pay us as wellness advocates. And just in case you're like brand new to doTERRA, instead of distributors, doTERRA calls us wellness advocates because we are advocates of wellness. And we have a culture that shares product first. So we're not distributors, we are wellness advocates. Okay, so our compensation plan is awesome. I love it. But it is confusing because a lot of it revolves around percentages, meaning that we're paid on percentage of someone's order or of our volume that month, or even of the company's volume as a whole. So when you get into some of the leadership bonus pools, like the larger ranks, like my rank, we actually get a cut of the percentage of our entire company's volume for the country that we're in. So again, when you're looking at the compensation plan, it's all percentages, and so it's hard to understand that. Okay, so we're actually, though, not going to be talking about any of that today. We're not going into percentages or volume because none of that is concrete, and so it's difficult to grasp at this point. What's easy to understand and also just easy to attain, like your first step, is power of 3 and fast start, okay? So let me explain to you what this magical power of 3 is. So this is you. You love the product, you want to use the product and continue ordering and using. You would love to earn some money for telling others about the product, right? For referring them. I mean, this is basically how our world works right now. I don't know if you guys are on the internet ever, but blogs get paid via affiliate links, like linking to products. And basically every online store now has a referral program, right? Like you get $10 and they get $10 if you send them this link. So doTERRA is just like that, except you get referral revenues for life, not just one time. So this is you. You enrolled with a kit, you have your oils, you've got a list of other things that you would love to order, but you're like, I don't want to spend this money. I don't know, I shouldn't have even bought a kit. I don't have the money for that. I don't think I can justify spending more money every month just to do this LRP thing. And I totally get it. That's where I was at. I mean, Dan had just completed medical school. We were fresh into residency. We had undergrad. We both had undergrad debt and then medical school debt, right? And then residency pays you, as we discussed, about 15 cents per hour. So we were living on what I was bringing in, doing photography, and we're just making it work. So I looked at the Fast Start bonus and the Power of 3, and I thought, okay, I can do this, because we needed oils. We needed oils for our son and for our family. And so I thought, if I could just get my monthly oils paid for, like what we need to order every month, then that would be awesome. And so that's what I want to teach you, because this is how I got started. So your very first goal is to get the money back that you paid for. So like that you paid for your order, that's your first goal. You just want to earn that money back, right? Okay, so this will obviously depend on what size kit you purchased, but for simplicity's sake, I'm going to go with one of our most popular kits that people enroll with, and the kit that I enrolled with, the Family Essentials Kit, which is $150. So let's round up and say it was $175 to cover tax and shipping. So our first goal is to make that up, okay? So here's how you do it. You need to find 3 more people just like you that really love the products, and just like you, they want to use them actively and probably want to order them again every month. So if you already love the products, then this is easy to understand that it is easy to understand. I mean, it's easy to place a monthly order. Like that is not a difficult thing. It is not hard to figure out something to order. Between our supplements, replenishing what oils we need, our cleaning products, personal hygiene, etc., we have this running list of things that we need to order from doTERRA every month. Actually, just today, my husband was like, we're out of Mitomax, and somehow, I don't know how this is possible, but our Lifelong Vitality, only one of the bottles is empty. So we've been for some reason taking more of one bottle. So he was like, we need more LLV and Mitomax, and it's the middle of the month, so I have to make another order. But anyways, okay, so making your monthly orders finding products to order, not a problem, right? So you share with these people, and you get them to buy a kit, because we know that they need this in their life too, right? They need these awesome products. Okay, so immediately, like the next week, because of how things are processed, you actually receive a check for 20% of their order. So you receive back immediately just 20% of whatever they ordered. For simplicity's sake, let's say that they also ordered the Family Essentials Kit. So that means that you receive $37.50 for each kit that you sell. That's what you're going to get paid in your check. And that's just if they purchase the smaller one. If they buy like a Home Essentials Kit or a Natural Solutions Kit, then obviously you're going to get a larger amount because it's a larger percentage, okay? All right, cool. So that total with those 3 kits, that is $112.50 right there, just from that. All right, so we're well on our way to repay that initial order. Okay, so now let's talk about Power 3. What is Power 3? The Power 3 bonus is a bonus that you receive every month. So this is not just like a one-time thing. This is every month. So there's a $50, a $250, and a $1,500 Power 3 bonus. So now this is what got my attention when I first started doTERRA, and I was trying to figure out how I could just get my monthly order paid for. These are concrete numbers. Concrete numbers that you can look at, and you can say, okay, I need $50 a month, or I need $250, or I need $1,500, and then you just do these things and you get that money, okay? It's that simple. So if you have 3 people enrolled and they love the products and they're using the products, they will need to reorder things. And all 3 of them, if all 3 of them, if they are all ordering 100 PV per month, so that's about $100 a month. So if that's confusing for you, like most things are 1 PV to $1. So like lemon is $10. It's also 10 PV or point value. Okay. So if all 3 of them are ordering 100 PV per month and they order through the LRP system, so that's loyalty rewards, it's better for everyone to order through LRP because you get points back on your order. You get shipping rewards. So basically shipping ends up being free. You get free products of the month if you order over a certain amount. Like LRP just makes way more sense to order through an LRP program. So if they are placing that 100 PV per month and you are placing 100 PV order every month, which you do have to be placing in order to receive compensation. So you're placing that order and they're placing that order. And there it is. And your team volume is $600 a month, then you get the $50 power of 3 bonus on top of any other compensation. So the $600 OV part, this is the only part that is confusing for some people. And this just means that you have either personally ordered or have had other people place orders directly under you that equal 600 PV or like $600 roughly, okay? So most people tend to LRP at least $125 because doTERRA actually gives a free product every month if you order at $125. But if all 4 of you are ordering $125, that actually equals 500 PV. So you're a little short. So for this reason, I would recommend, or it might be recommended to either emphasize a larger LRP order. So if you have people that are ordering more, like $150 a month, I know that our orders are usually closer to $200 or $250 a month. Usually every 3 months there's a special if you order over 200, and then we just always need, we go through, my husband and I both take the Lifelong Vitality, we take the Terra Greens, we do the probiotics and Mitotomax, and then whatever oils we're out of. And so our orders are always a little more. So it just kind of depends though on the people in your line. If the people that you are directly underneath you that you brought into the company are ordering a little smaller, then what might be emphasized is adding a 4th LRPer that could do 4, and you would each do 125. That equals that 600 OV in right there for you guys. But you don't have to have 4 to get the power of 3. The power of 3 only revolves around having 3 people placing the $100 amount. The 600 volume can be made up by anybody. It could be made up by you. It could be made up by anybody on your front line. So if you happen to have somebody that placed a really large order that month and they placed like a $500 order, then you just need 3 people to order the 100 PV. And I hope that makes sense. So that is the only confusing part, is the 600 OV. Okay, so remember this. You already earned the $112.50, right, for enrolling the people. And then on top of that, now you're going to get a $50 bonus. And you would get even more, actually, if you enrolled a 4th person. So that is at least going to be the $112.50, right, plus 50. And that meets your first goal, right? That's $200 right there, 150 plus 2 plus 50. So that will cover your initial order, which was our first goal. That's what we decided, right? Okay, so, but I talked about 3 different Power of 3 bonuses. So we're going to go over those right now so that you understand, like, okay, this is how I get my 50. This is how I could earn 250. This is how I could earn 1,500. And I'm guessing that you guys might be interested in knowing how to get to the 1,500 a month bonus.
I don't know why it did that.
Each,
does that, but.
Okay, so here is you, and here's your 3, right? So you remember how to get your 50? You need 3 people LRPing 100 PV each, and then your team volume is 600. Okay, ready? Got it? Everyone remember? All right, so this is how you get your 250 bonus every month. You help those 3 people get to their $50 bonus. So you help those 3 people find 3 people. So the great thing about doTERRA is they can find those 3 people individually, or you can still help them find people and plug them in to that spot. And we're going to talk a little bit about this in just a minute, but I just want you to right now understand that this is just a process of duplication, okay? So just to explain in case this picture is confusing, this is just when your 3 people share with 3 more people and do the exact same thing that you did, okay? All right, so what I was just saying about placement, here is the really cool thing about doTERRA. And I have not seen this in another direct sales company, although I will admit that I'm not like a direct sales guru. I haven't hopped from company to company. doTERRA is the first direct sales company I've ever done. So, but I have looked at other compensation plans now since being in doTERRA for 4.5 years, and I haven't seen this. I've rarely seen something structured like this. And I haven't seen another full compensation plan that compensates like doTERRA does. Okay, so in doTERRA, you actually, when you enroll someone, and so when they sign up with an account, which is how doTERRA tracks their commissions, they are assigned an enroller and a sponsor. Okay, the enroller is you. It's the person that introduced them to doTERRA. And that is the person who receives the fast start bonus that we talked about, that 20%. But the sponsor is who they're placed under, okay? So this allows you to help your team members and people already under you reach their $50 bonus, and it helps you reach your $250. Okay, so let's say that you have a couple people to share with that you haven't enrolled yet, but you already found your 3 people. Well, that's great. Now you can help your 3 people find their 3 people, okay? So I'm not a huge enroller by any means. I think that sometimes people ask me what my team volume is or how many people are on my team, and I'm really hesitant to tell them that because I never want people to feel like when I tell them about the thousands and thousands and thousands of people now on my team, I never want people to be like, oh, well, no wonder you're making a ton of money. Because the truth is, I've been in doTERRA for a little over 4 years, and I've probably enrolled about 100 people. So that might seem like a lot, like 100 people, but that's in 4 years. So 4 years is 54 months, right? That means roughly, like, yeah, I've been in, yeah, that's right, 54. I'm like 4.5 years, whatever, it's about that long. So that means I roughly enroll like 1 to 2 people a month. And that is true. It's about 1 to 2 a month. So that actually sounds more reasonable, right? So sometimes I have bigger months, sometimes I have smaller months, but I have a team now that has reached 20,000 people. And how is that possible? Like, how is that possible? I still sit there and I think this is insane. But it's because I shared with a few people who shared with a few people who share with a few people. And it just continues. And it's because I helped my people get to their bonuses so that they could help their people get to their bonuses. And it's just a system. It's a system of teamwork and helping each other. And that's one thing I really love about doTERRA. Okay, so that in a nutshell is the enroller sponsor thing, right? We're just helping other people. All right, so back to Power of 3. As you can probably guess, the 1,500 bonus is actually the same thing. You're duplicating one more time. It's the same thing as the 250 and the 50. You're just teaching those additional 3 people. So boom, boom, boom. Oh, I thought I had my mouse. I don't have my mouse, sorry. So you're teaching those 3 people to find 3 more people. And again, you can help them find those people. Your new leader underneath you can help you find those people. It's great. You're all working together to find these people. So you might be looking at this picture and you're like, okay, I have to find all these people. How many people is this, like to get my 1,500 bonus? But it's not you alone. You work together. And I bet you can think of 3 people right now that need natural solutions and need essential oils, okay? So again, I know this looks overwhelming and you're probably thinking like, how in the world am I gonna find all of these people? But just remember that it's the power of 3, all right? So just think power of 3, boom. Okay, so once again.
So I hope that that helps you understand. When I first started with doTERRA, I only focused on the power of 3, because the power of 3 sets you up for all the way to gold. If you fill out that whole 1500, then you're at gold. So, and that's just what I did. I focused it. I knew that I had 3 people in my life that wanted a natural way of living. I knew that much. So I started there. I started with the 3 people that I knew, and then I just kind of branched out from there and helped them find their 3 people, and or if I had extra people, I just helped them, and so it's all just been a great cooperative kind of learning experience with that. So that's my biggest suggestion to you is don't think that you have to go out and get like 20 people. You don't. If you have a class, more than likely, if you have a class of 6 people there, 5, 6 people there, 3 of those people will become your 100 PV people. That's just the way that it works. It's just the way that the numbers are, especially with people wanting to be into natural wellness and natural solutions right now, and people understanding what essential oils are. People now, opposed to a year and a half ago when I started, people didn't really understand too much about what essential oils are, and now it's coming more mainstream. So it's a really great time to kind of touch base with people and see where they're at, and saying, hey, you know, would you like to learn about essential oils? I have a great friend, her name's Alicia, and she'll come teach this class for us, and then I come teach the class. Or if you feel confident enough, you say, you know, I've been using essential oils for a while, and I'd love to share what I know with you, right? And it's really that easy. So don't make it more than it is. It really isn't that much. It's just you focus on 3 people that you know in your life that need this in their life, and then help them understand what it is, help them bring oils into their life. They will end up making their orders because doTERRA is amazing, right? There's no reason to not, or there's not any reason to not buy doTERRA. I guess I'm not sure I'm saying that right, but there's every reason to buy doTERRA. There you go. It's great. It's a great product. It's great for your family. You don't have to worry about anything. Those are all the things that people are looking for. So just meet people's needs, meet them where they're at. That's why I showed you the first videos in the beginning, is so that you can understand that's all part of it. Serving, like, I think the thing that I don't understand is if you have a it's like you have this great secret that you've got to share with people. You've got to tell people about it. If somebody has a headache, we're so quick to go, hey, would you like some Tylenol? Why aren't we quick to go, hey, would you like some peppermint? That's what I like to use for my head tension. So that's just like why I don't understand like the fear around that, because mainstream society says that natural solutions aren't good for you or whatever. Just break that mold and help people break the mold too, and just say, you know, hey, open your mouth. That's it. It's actually that easy, just to say, hey, would you like to try this? And if they tell you no, they tell you no. You go, okay, cool. Because what happens is the people that tell you no, they come back to you anyway. So I've had people like that have told me no, and I go, no worries. Let me know when you're ready, or let me know I'm doing this. So if you want to know about it, let me know. And then they come back to me and they say, hey, remember that time you asked me out? I want to know now. And I go, okay, cool. And then I help them. And the other thing too is you want to think about is if you don't reach out to the people who are in your circle of influence, someone else will. And then when you want to build this as a business and you're really serious, guess what? They're going to already be enrolled with someone else. That's just the way that it is. Because people are understanding about doTERRA. doTERRA is lots and lots of places. So if you want that best friend, or you want that person that you love, you build your team with the people you love, the people you want to be circled around. Those are, I mean, you get to choose who you get to work with too. When you go to a regular job, you don't get to choose who you work with. You know, doTERRA isn't just about, go out and get everybody that you know to use oils. Go out and get the people that you love, support them, bring them onto your team because you love them and you want to love on them, right? And if you just love everybody, great. That's great for you, because then you'll have an easy, I don't know, it'd be great for you, right? It's good for you to love everybody anyway. So that's it. That's what I have for compensation plan. If you have any questions about the compensation plan, if you need help doing a class or anything like that, just reach out to me, and that's what I'm here for. Right? So you guys have a great night. Thanks for staying with me this long, and thanks for watching those videos. And I will see you next week. I think it's a video. I'll send a text out. I don't remember what it is. I think it's the rise of the entrepreneur, but I'm not really sure. Anyway, you guys have a great night. Bye-bye.